The premise for her sounded so fascinating, and I really hoped it wouldn't let me down. And I can say with complete honesty that it did not let me down. Her is brilliant. This film was released in 2013, and I only saw it for the first time this year. I don't know why it took me so long, but I'm kind of glad I waited because I think I was in the perfect mind frame to really enjoy this. And it was directed and written by Spike Jonze, and stars Joaquin Phoenix as Theodore, and Chris Pratt's in it, Rooney Mara's in it, Kristen Wiig, and Amy Adams, who is one of my favourite actresses, and also Scarlett Johansson as the voice of Samantha, who is the computer. And for the most part, we only have two characters on the screen, for the most part, and that's Samantha, who is a computer, and Theodore, played by Joaquin Phoenix. And the film description from IMDb is as follows. In the near future, a lonely writer develops an unlikely relationship with an operating system designed to meet his every need. So, as it says, it is the near future. This is something we can expect to happen pretty soon, and to be honest, with the likes of Alexa and Cortana and whatever the other one's called, it feels like this could happen soon. And Theodore is a writer of like greeting card messages, and you know, he hasn't been in a relationship in a while now. He's starting to feel very lonely, and he gets this new operating system installed. And this OS is, his one is called Samantha, and she's meant to be able to, well, she can, you know, check all of his emails, tell him when an appointment's due. It's very much like having a personal assistant that is your computer, and it knows everything about your computer and can access everything. And the more he talks to her, the more he kind of develops this relationship with her. And then things get sexual. And that sounds disturbing, but actually, when you watch it, it's really beautiful. And that sounds weird coming out of my mouth, but when you watch it, you'll know what I mean. It's actually a really emotional, really heartbreaking story, actually, as you watch this man fall in love with this machine. And obviously, you know they can never get married or have kids or anything like that. And there's a question about what the future will hold and what's going to happen with this relationship and just how far will it go. Samantha begins to change because she's first of all an emotionless computer, but she begins to develop more human-like characteristics, I guess. And it's a brilliant premise, as I said, and it really needed to be executed well for this to work. And that's exactly what happened. It worked so well. It ticked all of the boxes for me and more. I think Theodore was a really likable character. Scarlett Johansson's voice as Samantha was perfect. I thought the voice for that computer, I don't know what I expected it to sound like, but when I heard Samantha, that is exactly what I needed it to sound like. So that for me was brilliant. This film has an... I'm sorry if you can hear my cat scratching to get into the room. I'll let her in a second. This film has an 8 out of 10 on IMDb, which is a pretty phenomenal score. And honestly, I would give it 4.5 out of 5. I would happily watch it again. I'd love to see a sequel. I'd love to see various remakes of this in years to come once we kind of work out technology again. That sentence made no sense. But it's a brilliant film. It's one of those films that everybody has to watch. I think everybody could enjoy it. It can appeal to everybody, regardless of the genre that you enjoy. If you haven't seen Her, I can say with confidence that I think you should make it the next film that you watch.